Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm the Dragon God of Gaming, Gaming Dragon, and welcome to the Bendy and the Ink Machine characters tier list maker. Yes, welcome to another tier list, and welcome to Bendy and the Ink Machine stuff. Now, all these are characters in the Bendy and the Ink Machine universe. Now, well, I believe the first game, at least I believe. So, I'm gonna rate them based on either how scary they are or how badly I was able to how badly they fucked me up. So first off, I made an entire list of like shit that don't have a model, so I'm gonna put all the things in there. So yeah. And Wally. Okay. And now we just got basically all the characters. So the basic enemies, they fucked me up more than anything else I've noticed. So I'm gonna say a solid A tier because anytime I got jumped by watchers, either in the first game or the second game, I got jumped real hard. So I can't say anything bad about the watchers. Well, the ink, uh, I'm gonna call them the inks because they're the inks. I believe this is like these are from Bendy on the Run. So I've never played, so I'm just gonna yeah. The Hand. Oh my god. The fucking chapter 5 of Bendy and the Ink Machine was something else. I loved chapter 5. And this was actually a really cool character. And he did kick my ass hard because the bow kept on getting stuck. So I think I died less to the hand, but I think the hand is cooler. The miners. I don't know. I think this is from chapter 4. What's or I don't know. It would either be chapter 4 or chapter 5 when I fought Sammy Lawrence. So you know what? I gotta put them up here because I actually had to stop trophy hunting Bendy and the Ink Machine because I couldn't get a trophy on them and they swarmed the fuck out of me. So I'm gonna put them in S tier just because of that. Oh my god. The actual lurkers. Is this another demon that I just could? Because they aren't that scary, but I could say based on how often I got jump scared by these fuckers, I'm gonna put them at a solid C tier. And it's because in chapters 1, 2, and 3, they came out of nowhere a lot. But when you seen them coming, they weren't as scary because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get jumped here. So that's where I'm gonna put them because they're scary as all shit. But you know, eh. Demon Alice. Demon Alice, I'm gonna say is a solid B because I you she was crazy, but you didn't do much against her. She was a bitch to be a bitch, but I'm gonna say she's a solid B because of what she did. Rest in peace, my boy Boris. It wasn't that they they did my boy dirty. They did my boy dirty. Look at what she did to him. Look what she did to him. Okay, some of these I'll base off of pure design. I love the design of Alice Angel. So if I don't have anything good, but I've seen them before, I love I'll basically base it off of, how much I like the style of the character. The style of the drawings of Alice Angel were extremely good. I loved the look of Alice Angel. It would be something that I would absolutely love to watch or go back and watch because I'm like, when I was into like the early animations and stuff like that. Take a look at Steamboat Willie and the early days of Bugs Bunny and I really liked the early cartoons, and I'm like, this would be a character design that I would love to see. Because even like after I found out where I can find like Betty Boop stuff, I seen Betty Boop for a long time, and it wasn't until after I had, you know, heard so much about Betty Boop that I actually got to see the cartoons of Betty Boop, which the style was absolutely amazing. So am a big fan of just like animation style like that. And to be honest, before I actually I couldn't say beforehand, but I would say about 4 or 5 years in, I really wanted to start animation and I had no idea where to start. And there's a lot of people like The Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animation, TJ Tunes, The Amazing, let's say somebody like with a more simpler art style, tabs and all them, or Hamations. They make these styles so fucking good, and or like for people like Emarichu and Turtle Amigo, their animation styles are incredible, and I don't think I would ever be able to, get to that level. I have no idea where to even begin. So maybe it's something I would like to look at. If you guys want to see an animation from me, I would love to know. Let me know. But I've always been into animation like this, so she looks nice. Ah, Demon Bendy. We're gonna put him directly up on this list for the simple fact of the high speed fuck you he gave me. This motherfucker gave me a high speed fuck you multiple times. I found that fucking hysterical. Also, the running and chase that you had with Demon Bendy at the end of at the end when he was kept on running down the halls against me in chapter 5 was really fucking fun. So it was so fucking good. And also, if you guys have not seen the Bendy and Ink Machine as much as I've done, um, you guys are gonna love the rest of Bendy and the Dark Revival. I promise. I had a blast. And yes, it's already all up and already recorded for you guys. I promise you, it is some really good shit. Please go watch. Have fun. I promise it is worth the watch. I can immediately say that is one of the funnest fucking times I've had because it was so fucking good. So, this is the carnival guy, right? Yeah, I think this is the guy with the, and he's the amusement park guy. I'm gonna put him and I'm gonna put him in A. I'm gonna put him above the hand because there was so much to him. I had so much trouble against him with the amusement park ride boss. I did not know what the fuck I was doing for a minute. I did not know what the fuck I was doing, including when his introduction where I lost the axe and I had no idea what I was doing. And I kept on getting pelted and beaten. So for that, it really unnerved me a lot. So based on scaredness factor, mm, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Boris. Oh, Boris. He made me feel. He's an ass. He made me feel. I loved Boris. Alice Angel did him dirty. My boy. They massacred my boy. I felt some type of way when they did that, what they did to Boris. Once again, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's an entire playlist of Bendy and Ink Machine. Go watch. Now we have Boss Boris. Where do I put him? The boss itself was difficult. So I'm gonna put him up here above the minor, but you know what? Just because of how much I love him, I'm gonna put him at the top of S. Mm, mm. But as scary as bosses get, having this giant Boris just ground and pound after you, the emotions that go with it, you know, how hard he is, because basically I fucked up with so many times. Oh, I fucked up so many times. I had no idea what I'm doing when went against the when I went against Boris. I had no idea what I was doing, and it took me a while to get it right. But he was an asshole to fight. I loved him to death, but he was an asshole to fight. Oh, okay. These designs. I'm okay. I'm gonna rate them all. So, okay. First, these two just look like men. I'm sorry, but I like the captain outfit. He's a little cutie. Dude just looks like dude just looks like dude. Look at this dude. Okay. The art style for these two, I'm like, I get what they're looking at. Kind of like that grunge fisherman look. Okay, I get it. It's not as good, but you know, I get it. He was just we had no idea what he was, but we just know in his art style he looked like a little cutie. But dude just looked like dude. So you're getting D for design. Need I say more? Bro, I'm gonna give no hold on. I'm gonna do this because I can't do that to him. At a row above. I'm gonna put him at the top of the fields. S rank. It was not. It was less scary fighting Demon Bendy than it was to run away from the fucker. Demon Bendy made you fucking panic. The panic that I felt when Bendy was nearby was on something else. I was happy. I was happy to be away from Bendy in some stages. And when he went back to him, oh my God. The ink blots made you sweat. It made you panic. There is no better than seeing Demon Bendy somewhere around. You can't get better. I believe this is Sammy Lawrence himself. Um, he was a hard boss. Well, not hard in any way. He, where would I put Sammy Lawrence? Character wise, I loved his character. But if I'm talking about how afraid I was, or you know, how tough he was, I would say he's the top of C because he was basically like another surgeon. He was like another one of this guy. And to be honest, I really don't know. I forgot. I Sammy Lawrence, I would say C, because he was just another searcher to me. To be real, that's kind of how I felt about him. He was an asshole to fight, definitely, but based in like his character, if I was basing him just off his character, he would be a great A. He would be an A. He would definitely be an A. But based on his toughness or basically how he was when I fought him, I can't say that and he was anything but a C. His character, I loved it to pieces. Just from everything from chapter 2 to chapter 4 was beautiful storytelling with Sammy Lawrence. Basically, this devoted loyalist to the demon. And then, he got betrayed after chapter 2, and then he would come back because he got sent down there by Bendy, and he felt like he got betrayed and stuff, and all that. So I'm like, I felt really, really connected to that. It was a great storytelling moment. And when he was came busting out, when he was trying to fight you, I immediately was like, why the fuck is this dude back? I thought Bendy took care of him. Nope, bro came back in the wickedest way. So character work, A. I would even put it at the I may even put him at S if it was just character. But his boss fight kind of took him down because a lot more of the boss fight was you fighting these rather than just him. And at the beginning of the boss fight, basically you can what I like to call farm the motherfucker. And that's what I did at the beginning of any of my trophy hunts with him. Any of my trophy attempts with him, all I did was just jump on a barrel and farm the fuck out of him. So based on that, I'm gonna have to give him C. It's not like D where eh, you know what I mean. Good Alice. It was really good to have her. So I'm gonna say she's at like the top of A. I loved having like a basically the twist that there was a good Alice Angel nearby was amazing. Her character work with you at the beginning of chapter 5 was heartwarming. I loved seeing Alice. I loved seeing Alice back. And, you know, a lot of the context through her when she took out uh, you know, demented Alice was actually pretty cool. It was a swerve that no one could see coming. Why was there two Alice Angels? There's a lot of plot there. I loved her character work, how conflicted she was between you and Dude, Cybars. I loved her character work. So, easy A. Have no idea who you are. This this is just adorable. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Now that I'm looking at him, I'm sorry, but now that I'm looking at him, I'm gonna move him down. Because I'm like, he gives me a little bit more of the creep than he does give me like, oh, he's adorable. Like he is like creepy but yet extremely adorable. He's just like, ooh, you know what I mean? Ooh, your activity, but also, if I was staring at you, I would also be like, burn it with fire. You know what I mean? So, oh, these are okay. I'm gonna rank these together. First off, I can put him up based on just how scary he looks. Dude looks terrifying. He wasn't. I'm gonna because he was basically like a overcasted enemy, like the Searcher and all them. I think these are the guys that were like haunted in the rooms in chapter 4, I believe. Um, right before chapter 5, before you fought Alice, I think it was before I fought him. I believe you can find these guys around a place. So I think that's where I'm, mistaking the searchers and the miners up here. But these were basically just like random enemies. But in the part where I had to go to the offices without a weapon, any way to deal with these guys, oh my god, they were assholes. So, but I'm gonna rank them all together. The the Fisher Gang. Um, these guys were pretty easy to deal with, but based on horror factor, I'll place them at B. This dude was a dick, I remember, so I'm gonna place him at A. And he also was a dick. Okay. I believe this is like the Fisher. I'm not sure. But either way, I'm gonna base them off their creepiness because I know this guy was just like the regular dude. This guy was this guy, I believe, and he was him. So I believe if this is the case, I'm gonna place them both at B. This guy got is he was just normal dude, no random dude number 4. You know what I mean? He was like I think he was like one of the first jump scares after during chapter 2. When you were working with Boris, I think he was the one who came out the poster. So, but that's why I'm like he's just that dude. He's just dude. Though his artwork, he's just dude. Him basically. Why do I get the feeling like this is a dude that would scream my cabbages? This is the dude from the Avatar screaming out my cabbages. But in and this he was horrifying to look at. They all were horrifying to look at. They gave me more trouble than him. So there you go. I have never seen you before. Who the fuck are you? Is this dude? He really didn't have too much to do, but he had an arc to play. So I'm gonna say B tier. Joey Drew. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys in Bending the Dark Bible because it hasn't gotten there yet. But you'll figure out what I mean by this. But based off of character work, A. Convincing character, convincing evil character. Uh, so I would say he's not a villain. Villain. I get what everyone's trying to say. Dude's a dickhead. I've seen all the theories. I've seen all that. Believe me, that's just a game theory. I know. But based on his character work and the knowledge I have going forward into like Bendy the Cage or Bendy 3, that I have seen. Oh Lord. Um, he had a large role to play. So I'm gonna place him at B again. Continue watching Bendy and the Dark Revival. You'll see what I mean. Who the fuck are you? The projectionist. Oh my god. The projectionist. I had my ass handed to me by the projectionist once, twice. The projectionist, mm, the uh audio department when he was walking through those maze halls. Oh my god. Right before Bendy takes him out, or you can take him out, I guess. I heard that too. You can take him out, but Bendy takes him right before, I believe, or right before, right after Bendy takes him out. The projectionist hunts you down in these like maze-like corridors in Bendy One, and that shit was terrifying. Not knowing where the fuck he was, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, and going off of instinct was just the projectionist was just. Uh, I mean, he's like an easy boss battle because all you have to do is hide. But also, not knowing where the fucking enemy is just also something that I hate doing. I hate not knowing where my enemy is. And dude was just everywhere and nowhere for me. Oh God, what am I? Oh, um, oh, I took someone else with me. But first off, the bendy cutouts. He's an A tier because bro gave me more of a shock than fucking these guys did. Lord knows that I had I jumped out my damn shoes with some of these cutouts. Oh my God. And if you guys seen the first episode of Bendy and the Dark Revival, because I can say that, they made a comeback. And I made a callback to them. These little bastards. I have hatred, hatred for the Bendy cutouts. I have more hatred for the Bendy cutouts than I do for Demon Bendy himself. That tells you something. This is my real enemy. I have not seen him before. Have I? I'm I don't remember seeing him, so and I don't remember seeing him. Oh, but this dude is a dick. I'm just gonna say, what the fuck is are these just like I'm gonna put them at D because I don't even know. But Cyborgs, based on character work, I'm gonna say he displays hatred for you. He comes around a little while at the end, but his character work matches Alice Angel. It's like you are so happy to see an intact Boris, but he's not your Boris. He is not my Boris. And I felt really upset that I lost my Boris. This dude was a gigantic dick in chapter 5. Oh my god, he was a dick in chapter 5. So, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. These are my lists. Boris at the top of Fields. S. Walking Bendy, well, Walking Demon Bendy, Demon Bendy. So I'm gonna say Demon Bendy, Nightmare Bendy. Um, Dead Boar's boss fight, the cutouts, and the searchers. Then we got the Carnival amusement park guy, the projectionist, Alice, Cyborus, the Hand. I believe the Ink Monsters. Um, Alice, the Alice cartoon, and 2/3 of the Fisher Gang, an A. One of the Fisher members, Demon Alice, the artwork of one of the Fisher Gang, the artwork of Boris and Joey Drew and B. And C, we got Sammy Lawrence, the Lurkers, and another one of the Fisher from the Fisher Gang. And D, we got I have no idea because I can't even remember who the fuck this is. And this artwork of this fucker because it is just dude. They don't have a model, so I can't really give them to them. So we're just gonna call these tape people. Yeah, we'll just call them tape people. and the never before seen because I didn't play them or I really didn't see them in game. If I've seen them in game, I am so sorry because I don't remember. So most of them is from Bendy Run. I have never seen these before. I think this is from one of the cartoons shown, but I don't think I got the pleasure of watching it because I remember seeing the skeleton, but I believe I've seen it through game theory. So that's the only reason why I know at least what the skeleton is, and I just haven't seen this fucker before. So how did I do, ladies and gentlemen? I will look up a Bendy and the Dark Revival tier list after the rest of Bendy and the Dark Revival comes out. I don't want to do something that spoils anything in the second game until you guys get to see me play it. I'm not spoiling shit. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you and thank you guys. Um, where would you guys put these if you guys could? Let me know. And how did I do? I'd love to hear. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have not yet, like, comment, subscribe, get on the action. The fun never needs to end. And I appreciate you guys' time. But until then, peace. Thank you guys. See you guys next time. Bye bye now.